Hey everybody, welcome to the Brainal podcast. This is episode 56. It is February 8th. God, I thought it was the 6th. Oh man. It is February 8th, 2016. I'm Jepi Condile.
2017.
What is up with the number 6 today? Frozen, what is going on, man?
Oh, and I am Frozen, GFX.
Oh.
And we have traveled back in time.
Man. Well, I had a good run, right? Remember, I always had a problem with that. Oh, man.
All right.
Yes, so welcome to the Brainal podcast. This is a podcast where we talk about video games, and that's pretty much it. And anything pretty much related to video games. We do have a YouTube channel we'd like you guys to check out if you haven't already. And you could check us out on iTunes. It's Stitcher, right?
You got it.
Yes. And Shout Engine?
Yeah.
Okay. I guess Shout Engine confuses SoundCloud. I want to say ShoutCloud. And you could reach us at podcast@brainal.net. And just if you guys don't know, Frozen usually has a question of the week that we discuss at the end of the episode. Feel free to email us your answers to the question. We'd love to hear from you guys and see what's going on. Are you thanking me or are you thanking the people?
I'm thanking you for saying that.
Oh, well, you're welcome.
Cool. Even though I said nice, but okay.
You said nice? I said thanks.
I said nice.
And just so people understand, I really am not under the influence of anything. I just don't know what's going on today. Anyway, Frozen, how you doing, man?
I'm doing pretty good, man. How are you? Pretty good.
In today's episode, we will discuss the new PlayStation firmware 4.5 features that have been leaked. We will discuss E3 going public, which is huge. Huge. We will talk about some processors for gaming on PCs, right?
Yep. Some gaming graphics cards and processors and some news with Intel as well. And
something that just was breaking news, I mean, not too long ago, apparently a Castlevania TV show is in the works. So we'll talk about that a little bit later.
Wow.
That being said, yeah, I did you see that coming at all?
No, not at all.
Yeah, neither have I. But first and foremost, has anything interesting happened with you with gaming in the past week?
With gaming, no, man. I haven't jumped on anything new. Been the same old lineup. I have some new games that I'm going to be playing soon, as you know. Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. I know I'm late to the ball game with that, but better late than never. And The Division as well.
And Modern Warfare Remastered.
Yes, that's right. Modern Warfare Remastered.
Yeah. And Frozen and I just didn't know what to play one night. We just started playing Gun.
Oh, man. Yeah, it's so much fun.
That for the record, for those who don't know, that was the very first game that we played on PS4. And it was a lot of fun. And that's a fun game.
It was really cool. And it still holds up very well.
Yeah. And we've been playing some Street Fighter, trying some new characters. That's a lot of fun.
Yep.
But for those of you who don't know, the number one reason why we started Brainal was so we can technically be a media entity so we can go to E3.
Exactly.
And this just might be the last Brainal podcast episode because we technically don't have to anymore.
Well, no, we're going to do that. We're going to do it. Regardless if it go in public, we're going to do that.
You know what? You're right. Frozen, we're not going to get public tickets. We're going to get media tickets.
Exactly. They're going to give us tickets. We don't have to get nothing.
Welcome to Brainal 3.
3.0. Sucks.
Did you say suckers?
I did say suckers.
Yeah, so today it was announced that E3 will be selling public tickets, which is something that I've always wanted for the longest time. And they were a lot cheaper than what I thought. Apparently it's $149 or $249 per ticket. I thought they were at least $500, but I don't know.
What's the difference though? 149, 249.
I think the 249 is a 3-day pass, while I'm assuming the 149 is a 1-day pass. I don't know. There has to be some. Okay, so the tickets are going to go on sale. I think next week. I want to say the 18th. I'm not entirely sure, but the idea is if they are allowing the public to go, they have to be. Oh no, I don't know, but I would hope that they would have to be looking at a bigger venue to accommodate, the extra people. Either that or having a separate section just for the public eye. But I can't see them doing that because that would mean every publisher or developer there would pretty much have to get 2 booths. And I think that would be kind of a crap show.
So can I just ask you a question?
Yeah.
With previous E3s, has everybody that's been there been either press or someone in the industry?
Yeah.
Really?
From what I understand, yeah. It's a industry exclusive event. I do know actually one of my a manager of one of the GameStop near me. She actually got to go last year, I think it was, because she was chosen as, I forgot what the position was, but she was chosen as essentially manager of the year or something like that. And they gave her I think 1, maybe 2 other people pretty much access to E3. They paid for everything, which is awesome. Yeah, it was cool. She brought me back a Persona 4 Dancing All Night shirt, which was nice. And
oh, nice.
Yeah, so it's not technically I think you could technically own a video game store, and then you have access to go too. But either way, yeah, and I think some people know this, but E3 was not always in LA. Do you know which other city it was in?
I can't. I knew it, but no, just tell me.
I think near the very beginning of E3, and I don't think it was the very first year, but there were a couple years in a row where it was actually in Atlanta. It was in late 90s.
That's right.
Yeah. But I don't think I live in Atlanta, for the record. I don't think the city is really conducive to that type of, at least at the time, video games weren't that big back then, but it's pretty cool. But the idea is that we at Brainal, we are going to try to go to E3, not this year, 2018. When I shared this news with the other people at Brainal, Coffee got really excited.
Mm-hmm.
Giggles, he got really excited, but for those who don't know, Mr. Giggles doesn't really read everything, so he must have just seen E3 public tickets.
Yeah.
And I said 2018, and I think he's going to buy tickets.
Yeah, he's going to buy now.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm not going to stop him.
Yeah,
I'm not going to stop him, because that man needs to learn how to read.
Get them tickets, dude.
Yeah. Watch, because of him, we're all going this year.
He buys tickets for all of us.
I still won't. It's a trap. Trap. He ends up getting tickets to not E3. It's like, I don't know, D3, and it's just a convention of D words that I don't want to say. And I know Giggles will be very happy there.
Cool.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's pretty crazy, man. It just there was no rumor or anything. It just kind of dropped today. That's pretty crazy. It's exciting. I want to go to E3 so bad. I know it's hectic. I don't care. I've been reading about E3s ever since EGM was a thing. Before EGM was EGM and just Electronic Gaming Monthly.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Ever since they dropped the Twilight Princess debut before it was known as Twilight Princess. Oh, Reggie's One More Thing. Oh my God. I always wanted to go. Either way.
Cool.
Okay, so you have nothing more to say on that.
No, that's it.
Okay.
I mean, I'm very, very, very excited about it. I need to start saving up now.
Yeah, me too.
If anything, to get the hotel, because I know they're going to just give us tickets. And we may even be comped room boarding. So, yeah, just watch out. 2018, year of Brainal at E3.
Welcome to B3.
It'll be, yeah, exactly. I was just going to say that. I was just going to say it's going to be named B3.
Miyamoto's going to interview us. We're going to have to get interpreters. Giggles will not be there because he's going to be at E3.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's going to be E3 presented by Brainal.
Brains. Why don't you get in? Can you? I tried to come up with a smooth segue. Didn't work out. Can you talk about these processors you wanted to talk about?
Okay. Yeah. So I'm going to try to
dumb it down for me, please.
Yeah. Just speak plainly about this. So for the past, oh my gosh, probably 2 decades, AMD and Intel have been the back and forth rivalry for PC processors. I'm sure you're familiar with the Pentium line from Intel.
Oh, yeah.
And AMD has their...
Encarta, man, all the way.
I'm sorry?
I said Encarta. I'm just getting Windows 95 flashbacks.
Oh, wow.
You say Pentium.
Encyclopedia Britannica on CD, remember that?
I only know Encarta on CD-ROM.
All right.
I didn't know
anyway. So they've been going back and forth for years. The past, I'm going to say about 10 years, it has been dominated by Intel. They have had releases that have eclipsed AMD's processor line, and possibly for the past 5 to 7 years, AMD hasn't really been able to be in a position to fight back. The process.
Oh, is this the Am I thinking right? Or Intel is the company? I know they're a big company, but were they the ones who did the chipsets that were codenamed like Ivy Bridge and?
Yes, Skylake, Haswell.
Was there Sandbridge or something? I forgot those.
Yeah, Sandy Bridge.
Sandy Bridge, yeah. Okay, so these are the processors you're talking about.
The processors that they make, and you're talking about the chipsets that support those new lines of processors.
Gotcha. Okay, I just want to confirm. I still don't know what I'm talking about. Okay.
All right, good job. So yeah, AMD has been struggling. It's been no secret for anyone who's an avid PC gamer and wants to get the best FPS in their games. It's always been that Intel's been the king. As of last year, there was this rumor of AMD working hard on a new release, a new line of CPUs that they codenamed Zen. Now, a lot of people that don't remember that bitter rivalry back in the day really kind of just paid no attention to AMD because they've always known AMD as just being subpar. Well, last month, actually about 2 months ago, I'll correct that. 2 months ago, AMD did a press release on their new processors, and they're actually officially confirmed the name as Ryzen. And
can you spell that?
Ryzen.
Okay.
All right. Now, they presented a lot of great examples how their processor is not only on par, but also extremely efficient in handling power and handling overall performance of what currently is available for Intel. Okay. And one of the things that AMD has always been popular for is their price, because they have been consistently about $200 to $300 cheaper than Intel. So it's very appealing for a budget conscious PC gamer to go with AMD to save money and then maybe put that money towards a better graphics card. Okay.
Yeah.
So they announced the new processors be coming out. It is rumored by early March of this year. And just about a week ago, we got more information that they're not only doing that, but they're also coming out with a new graphics platform, codenamed Vega at this point. Now, kind of, bringing it back to center for you. Intel has been the king for a number of years. They've sat fat and happy on top of their throne. Now AMD is showing their full potential with these examples and releases that are going to be coming out. And in the past 15 years of me building and maintaining PCs, have never seen Intel start going in a frantic mode to try to, okay, what are we going to do to try to combat this release? Try to remain on top. AMD has been sitting pretty. They're waiting for the release. They're giving out, their marketing has been great. They've been giving out just enough information to keep people hungry for it. Intel, on the other hand, frantically released two processors within a couple weeks ago, out of the blue. Nobody knew about it, and they just released it as kind of a frantic way of saying, "Hey, we're still doing things, and we can also provide just as good a chip as AMD or what we have for a cheaper price line." So people now are starting to question, why the hell is Intel starting to get so frantic and start just coming up with these weird processors that they're releasing that nobody knows about? And it's giving more hype to AMD. Last thing I'll say about this, the AMD processor line and graphics line that's coming out is going to be gamer-centric, okay? They're wanting to start taking that gaming base from Intel, and they're wanting to start getting that share back into not only PC gaming, but streaming, supports for esports, video editing catered towards content providers, YouTube or anybody else who does big productions using video game content. They're going solely for that. And that's not to say that they're just focusing on gaming alone. They are going to have some regular consumer products. But this is the first time that I know of, in again 15 years, that I've seen AMD go so hard on trying to cater to the gamer, and they seem to be doing it very well. So well, in fact, that I'm my fanboy inside of me. I've been an AMD fan for a very long time. I'm very, very excited for a release. I'm in a position now to start to build a new system, and I've been talking about that in previous podcast episodes. But I'm holding out for March because I anticipate AMD is just going to blow our minds with a new release that is, it's perfectly priced with such amazing performance that it's really going to knock Intel, to the side. That's my personal opinion. But I wanted to talk about that because we talk so much about console gaming and the new releases there, and there's not that much of PC gaming news that we offer. And for me personally, in the past, I've always played more PC games than I have console, but I haven't been in a position to do that. So there's going to be a lot more content from me in the channel, PC related, as I start building that new system. But just wait and see. If anybody's out there feels the same way, please drop us a message. podcast@brainal.net. Love to hear your thoughts. And who knows? Maybe I'll do a build video. I don't know. I'm still thinking about it, but
Okay. Yeah, sounds great.
Some exciting news for that.
The yeah. Okay, I understand what you're saying about Intel. I'm just glad this spawns more competition, because competition is always very healthy when it comes to that. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. And you remember talking about PC stuff in the past, right?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. Yeah, well, it sounds like you kind of talking like you never said it before, but yeah, you've been pretty, I think, fairly regular with it, more or less pertaining to this stuff.
Yeah, I have been peppering some information in there. I want to do so much more, and I'm just excited personally because I'm going to be able to deliver very, very soon. So
cool, awesome. Kind of reminds me of based on how you're saying it, Microsoft's response to Sony when it came to VR and the PS4 Pro. Do you remember that at all? What Microsoft did?
Yeah, a little bit. I do remember that. They were kind of put on their heels a bit.
Yeah. For those who don't know, when Sony announced the PS4 Pro, or when there were rumors, I think. No, they announced it. It was at E3. I think they did announce it or something. They called it. It was codenamed Neo at the time. That's right. It wasn't called Pro. I think Microsoft went on record at the time saying there's no need to have an updated or upgraded system. And then when buzz was going on about the Neo, Microsoft immediately announced plans for the Scorpio and also the Xbox One S. Yeah. And it's pretty interesting when it's blatantly obvious when a company's caught off guard,
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, to give you were talking about the chipsets before, and the like Sandy Bridge and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
The dominating chipsets and name of processors that Intel had was called Skylake for a very long time. And within the past few months, now they came out with this Kaby Lake processor that doesn't add as much performance as with Skylake, which is very strange for Intel to do. And the only reason that people can gather why they did that is because they're still wanting to offer more variety in their technology than what AMD is going to be dropping soon. So yeah.
Cool. Anything else with PCs?
There's no, nothing right now. Nothing right now.
Okay. So I think beta testing is either going underway now or will be in the future for PlayStation 4 firmware 4.5. And me and you, we've discussed one key feature that has been really welcome. You remember what it was?
The external hard drive.
Yeah, finally, Sony is going to allow external hard drive support for storage of your games and media and apps and whatever, which is really, really cool. That is way, way overdue. 500 gigs does not a big storage make. I don't know why I said it that way. But it's, that's going to make a lot of people happy, which is really cool. Another thing was, I never thought they would do this, but they're unlocking PlayStation 4 Pro's enhanced performance with something called boost mode. And for those of you who don't know, and I want to make sure I get this right, the PlayStation 4 Pro has two identical chipsets, I think. It was something like that inside, where the original intent of the PS4 Pro was when you play a specific PS4 Pro enhanced game or an official PS4 Pro enhanced game, then you use both. But they did not want PlayStation 4 Pros to perform better than normal PlayStation 4s on non PS4 Pro enhanced games. So they essentially, from what I understand, if you were to boot up a game that was not enhanced by PlayStation 4 Pro, they would shut one of the maybe cores off, and pretty much what the only thing running in the PlayStation 4 Pro is identical to the PlayStation 4. And they just Sony kind of went, not back on the word, but they really suggested they didn't want there to be any difference for the non-enhanced games. And now with this boost mode, apparently they're unlocking that, where even games that aren't officially enhanced by PlayStation 4 Pro can be, not will be necessarily, but can be boosted in a sense. And the one video I saw, it was comparing, it was the Evil Within. They showed they showed Evil Within, the opening level, running on the PlayStation 4, and then on the PlayStation 4 Pro with this boost mode. And the main difference was the frame rate was a lot better, which is pretty interesting. So that's going to be in the 4.5 update, as well as this one I really didn't expect. So because this is just the kind of person I am. If there's a movie I love and I want to buy the Blu-ray, sometimes I would get the most inclusive package of that movie. Not necessarily saying special edition, but the one that includes Blu-ray, digital HD is what I usually go for. And then on top of that, the 3D version. I don't have a 3D TV, but they are allowing people to watch 3D Blu-rays with the PSVR, which I thought was pretty cool. So I'm curious to see how that goes. But then again, I mean, I'm kind of over the 3D movie thing. So, but it's nice because you don't have to pay anything. And like I said, I think I have a few movies that are 3D, but I never tried them out because I don't have a 3D capable TV nor a 3D capable Blu-ray player. I didn't realize the PS4 Pro the PS4 was able to do that.
Yeah, you're not missing much.
Yeah,
my TV is 3D. It's just it's okay.
Yeah. Because it isn't it. The number of lumens is cut in half, right? So if it's like how it is in the movie theater, it would be darker, right?
Yeah, there's a noticeable difference.
Yeah. And another thing, the only thing I can think of right now is they will allow screenshots or custom wallpapers now, which is pretty cool, I think. Of course, it'd be static. I don't think they'd be dynamic, but that's pretty cool. For the record, Xbox has allowed that to happen. Xbox One since launch. It's just so strange that remember when the PS4 first came out, you only had that blue theme. Remember that?
Yeah.
Or did they allow different colors to begin with? I forgot.
I think so. I think they had like a silver and gold. I think they had that.
Really? Silver and gold?
I think so.
And I can't. You know that song, right?
No.
What? It's like a Christmas song. Silver and gold. Silver and gold.
Gotcha.
Done. Yeah, I'm just gonna.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. But yeah, that's pretty cool, and I'm pretty sure there's more stuff with the 4.5 update. So yeah, right now I think it's in beta testing. It probably won't come out till maybe March or April, I think.
Do you know what the maximum capacity of the Xbox external drive support is?
I do not know off the top of my head. I want to say at least 4 terabytes, at least. But
And I think, yeah, I think it is 4. And if I read correctly, was the PS4 going to go up to 8 terabytes?
I don't know.
I do know that it's going to be using, because the console has USB 3.0, you'll be able to transfer your files quicker than a USB 2.0, obviously, but
Quickness.
the quickest. But the one thing I thought was really cool is that you'll be able to see both your internal and your external simultaneously.
Oh, that's cool.
So that is pretty dope. And I was looking online because I bought a external hard drive today. I was looking at one. There was like a 2 terabyte one for $70, Seagate. So they're out there, people. Pretty cheap.
I think that's the one I got for my PlayStation 4.
Cool.
I think that, but this was that's the one that I pried open and just put that hard drive in. Is it? Wait, the one I got, I think what is it? 2.5 inches? Is that the one that fits in hard drive? But
yeah, that's inside. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. And typically they're 3.5 external.
Yeah, traditionally, yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah. So I mean, it seems like even something as little as the wallpaper or the 3D with the PSVR, that it seems like every feature there is pretty useful, and that's something I take for granted as far as them constantly updating their, they being, all the big consoles, updating their firmware, and I think that's cool. The first time I personally experienced that was that I remember was the 360. Remember the original Blade UI?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, RBLB. Yeah, and then when they finally switched to the tiles with the avatars,
drastic change.
Yeah, I'm like, we don't have to pay for that. I thought that was pretty cool. Yeah, cool. Let's see. Get that. Yeah. Last thing I wanted to mention personally was Mad Catz. So apparently Mad Catz is the peripheral maker, right? As far as the video games and such. They are in, huh?
I said fresh makers, but sorry, go ahead.
Mentos. They are in trouble of being delisted from the stock market. And it's pretty bad. And I think I remember they were banking on, which one? It was Rock Band, I think. I forgot who I think it was Rock Band. They were supposed to partner with Rock Band and because I remember they were in trouble before Rock Band came out. And apparently since I think it was on Polygon, I read it. Basically Rock Band, or Harmonix, I should say, after the first year of Rock Band 6 coming out, they switched from Mad Catz hardware to, I think it's PDP. And apparently right now, Mad Catz is, I hope they don't close, man. I mean, I think they're a pretty good company at this point. They make my fight stick, but the last big company that I heard video game related wise, I was delisted was THQ. We saw what happened to them. So
yeah, that's right.
You know what I hope? I mean, not to be a monopoly or anything, but I hope they just get bought out by a company. But
well, I mean, I don't know how that would work as far as negotiation with their peripherals and accessories. But I mean, they've made some good stuff. It's kind of sad to see that they're in trouble.
Do you remember third-party hardware back in the day? 90s.
Yeah.
Crap. Oh my God. For the most part.
True. Very true.
Man. Yeah. The way this used to work, people, if you did not exist in the 90s, nor if you played video games in the 90s, it was pretty standard that everything came with 2 controllers. But then I think ever since the 32-bit era and on, you only got 1 controller. And controllers back then, as they are now, were not cheap. And usually to get a second controller or more, to save money, you would go with a third-party hardware.
Like Nyko.
Nyko?
Yeah, you remember Nyko?
Yeah, NYKO?
Yeah.
Yeah. And those were the controllers you gave to the people that visited you. Because you had your ish. Okay, you had, what is it, OEM? Is that the...
Yeah, the original equipment.
Yeah. But I mean, recently though, I mean, I think the controllers, the third party controllers are I think they're doing pretty well. And even though I haven't personally played a lot of them, but then you got things. What was it, Scuff? Are they the ones who do the controllers, like the crazy ones?
Oh yeah, those modded type of.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Mad Cats, man, I hope they're gonna be okay. Anyway, yeah. Anything else you'd like to add for the news?
Nope. I think I'm done with the news.
Oh, Castlevania. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. Tell me.
So it was just announced that, I'm reading this from Polygon. It's just announced that Netflix is working on a Castlevania series.
Dude, that's insane.
I know. Where did that come from?
Right.
On many levels. One, we heard rumors that they were going to do Zelda a while back.
Yeah, I did. I remember that.
You know, and now all of a sudden they're doing Castlevania, and Castlevania is a Konami property. So it's like, where does this come from? But the thing is, I think it could be great. I think it could be amazing. You know, given the Netflix treatment, you know.
Right.
But of all franchises, that is the one least expected. I hope they don't go CW-ish with that. It's like Twilight.
No.
Yeah. No, I hope it's some brutal whipping, you know.
Wow.
But yeah, so I'm reading this. Adi Shankar is going to be an executive producer. He produced Dredd, the movie Dredd, you know, like Judge Dredd, but the recent one. And yeah, I think that's all I got on that. But yeah, I think that's going to be awesome. How many Castlevania games have you played?
None.
Okay. The first one I played, I saw my cousins play, I think it was 2. Whatever Simon's Quest is. I didn't have it. And to me, that was scary at the time, but I thought it was cool. But the first one I played personally was Castlevania 64, which most people hate. But because I think it was my first one, I loved. And it was cool because I remember I forgot who the guy's name that you played, but I remember going into a castle and meeting this little girl. I think her name was Rose. I might be making that up. And I think she ended up being a vampire. And there was a story there that was pretty cool. And the music, when you boot up Castlevania 64, you saw that little kid playing a violin, and oh my God, so good. I did beat it. Very proud of that. But I am currently very slowly going through Symphony of the Night. And that is a great game, but I remember I wasn't the biggest Metroidvania fan, but that genre is growing on me. So either way, I'm excited.
Whatever happened to the Myst show that they were going to do on Hulu? You remember that?
You know, I forgot about that. I don't know. Well, I didn't hear it was canceled. It must still be in production.
Hope so, because I want to see that.
Yeah, me too. Crazy. Either way, yeah. So I don't think there's no release date or anything announced yet, but yeah. Apparently, it's in production. This is not a rumor. You know, this is a report. Brainal exclusive.
Good question. Correct me if I'm wrong. Did you go over the actual specs of the Switch, like as far
No.
as its guts?
Mm-mm.
Are you
All I
interested?
know, because I keep hearing it is using a modified Tegra
Yeah.
chipset. Am I saying that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Which I think is made by NVIDIA.
Correct.
Yeah.
So, real quick, if you're interested,
Sure.
about a week ago, Nintendo UK published a new page on their site with some technical specifications on the Switch, kind of detailing all the parts and also the inner guts of it.
Yeah, briefly mentioned that because I think we were talking about the headsets last week.
Okay.
And I no, but I just remembered at the time that I read it on that page. But that's all I said about it.
Oh,
Just that the headphone jack had a microphone support. That's it.
gotcha. So, yeah, just real quick, like you said, customized Tegra processor. The screen itself is going to be 720 capacitive touchscreen.
Mhm.
System memory is 32 gigabytes. Um, the
I feel like
charging.
okay, all right. I feel like we talked about this. I thought you were talking about specifically the chipset.
Oh, no, no. I was
Yeah,
just going over something for that.
but the thing is, I know these so well on my mind that I cannot tell the difference because I know we talked about the Switch before, but I don't remember if we talked about a podcast or it's just in my mind. So go
Gotcha.
for it.
Well, yeah, the charging port is going to be a USB Type C terminal connector.
Mhm.
So that should be interesting. Who knows? Maybe that may be a fault of a way of getting in and modding something in there. I don't know. Maybe. Um, Micro SD card slot. That's nothing new. Uh, and then just talked about the battery life, but I do remember us talking about that. So just wanted to
Yeah,
provide it.
well, new things I don't remember talking about was the so the Switch itself has yeah 2.5 I think to 6.5 hour battery life, but the Joy-Con themselves have I usually hear 20 hours, but then now I heard somebody say 30 hours of battery life. And I think the Pro controller has 40 hours battery life. Um, yeah. What else? What else? What other little things? The dock apparently just has it's it's not proprietary in the sense because I mean technically it's just the USB-C. That's how the thing goes in, and the shape of the dock is proprietary. But pretty much it's just a glorified charging dock that happens to have an HDMI out. Um, and they're
Yeah.
asking for it separately. It's $90. I don't think that's. I don't know. I don't know much about the dock, but
Yeah.
it just seems overpriced to me. But a lot of their stuff seems overpriced, but not as much as I think people are knocking it for. For example, um, people are complaining that the Pro controller $70 is way too much, but the way they talk, it's like, oh, it's so much more expensive. DualShocks, Xbox One controllers right now, default price is 60, but the difference here is the HD Rumble. But I don't think people understand. Uh, Obviously, I don't, but I don't think people understand how much more complex that technology might be as opposed to just normal, controller rumble. The NFC readers in there, DualShock, and the Xbox One controller doesn't have that. Um, and they have advanced motion track. Oh yeah, that's something I wanted to mention with the Switch that it didn't occur to me until a little while ago that even though the Joy-Con can be used essentially like Wii remotes, there's no sensor bar at all. And people said they never had to calibrate anything. So this thing is supposed to really work. From what I understand, out of the box with motion sensing, you don't have to do anything, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. So, yeah, there you go.
Okay. Anything else you want to add?
That's it. I'm dry.
Okay, man. It's all you.
All right. Actually, question of the week. Because, yeah. So, question of the week.
It sounded like you didn't know that was coming.
Yeah, I forgot about it. All right.
You said you were dry. Like, it was time to wrap up the show?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
All right. Top of the dome question of the week.
Everyone, just ignore what I said earlier about Frozen usually coming up with questions of the week.
All right.
Remember when he said nice? And then he...
All right. So let's put your mindset into fighting games that you have played in your gaming history.
The reason why he's doing this, people, is because we're about to play Street Fighter 5 in a little bit.
Oh, you know it.
I know it. Go for it.
Name a character that you would want their abilities. I think we've probably talked about this before, but
yeah, no.
No.
What you asked before was, if you were a character, which power would you have in a fighting game? I think that's what it was, because I remember saying I would want to slow down time.
That's true.
Yeah, but I don't think you asked. So are you... Okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Any fighting character.
Any fighting game character of any fighting game that you've ever played.
The best part about that, Frozen, was hearing your thoughts form.
Yes.
As a sentence was forming straight from the mental teat.
Yep.
Let's see. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. Then... I'm gonna let you go first on that.
Raiden.
Oh yeah.
All day, every day.
Oh, okay. That's a good one, by the way. Let me think.
Now this also includes Smash.
That's true. Dang.
I was going to say killing. But,
yeah, but you know how stupid of an answer that is. What powers does he have? He just has a stick.
I didn't say, say powers. I said abilities, didn't I?
Oh, sorry. Okay. So you're saying, you can actually learn that stuff, right?
Yeah, I do. Yes.
Okay.
I'm a bit too old for that right
now. Let's see. Oh, my God.
So now would be a good time, everyone, while Jepi is thinking of an answer, to email us at podcast@brainal.net with your answer.
Yeah.
And hey, if you'd like to contribute to a question of the week for next week's podcast, I would greatly appreciate it.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Oh, seriously, guys, you're going to have a lot of time to write this email right now.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Whether you're on Gmail or Hotmail. Is that the one?
Oh, this is a cheap answer. But I'm going with it. Shang Tsung.
Oh, man, that is cheap.
Hey, it is in the confines of your on the spot question.
Fine.
Yes. Your soul is mine. If anyone can tell us what movie that's from, please email it to us at podcast@brainal.net. We'll give you a shout out.
Man. Okay. No Fei Long, dude? No Fei Long?
Well, if I fight Fei Long, take his soul. What else you got? It's a perfect answer, right?
Yeah.
It's perfect. So. Yes.
All right. That's all I had.
Okay. Well, then it's all you, man.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. This has been episode 56 of the Brainal Podcast. You can always catch our previous catalog of episodes on iTunes and Stitcher. You can check us out on YouTube, on our Brainal channel. On behalf of Brainal, I'm Frozen GFX.
I'm Jepi Condal. And for the record, if any of you play Street Fighter 5, we'd love to fight you guys. I think it'd be fun. Oh, Brainal lobby? I think so.
I think it'd be cool.
Yeah. Are you saying it would not be fun to just...
No, it would be fun.
Yeah.
But, yeah, if you're interested, send us on the PlayStation, well, obviously, because Street Fighter, send us your gamer tag at podcast@brainal.net.
Or you could just send me a message. I'm Jepi Condal. It's pretty obvious. Either way. All right, everyone. Peace.
Peace.